I still remember being in a meeting at the very early in the charter movement, and it was an association that was forming to promote choice, and there was an argument that broke out about whether quality should be in the mission statement. Access to quality options versus just access to options, for fear that quality would be the way that those who oppose choice would come in and clamp down on it and shut it down. Literally, this was a heated 45-minute to hour-long conversation. I mean, if you think about that, and there are lots of reasons for suspicion of people trying to take advantage of an entry point like that, but if you think about that as a sector, how you could argue at any point in time that quality should not always be associated with option when it comes to children's education, you're always going to lose that argument, period. So why have it? So that said, we are about to watch it happen again. Okay, this movie plays over and over and over again, where the sector has the opportunity to move ahead, set forward new tools, new resources, new benchmarks for how you define performance, and avoid a backlash. And I'll tell you I will tell you right now the space where I'm concerned is going to happen right now. Virtual schools. Virtual schools, we've start to see increased press on incidences of fraud of various kinds and various scale. Now, what is it that is true about virtual schools that we have not had before? The activity itself is an accountability mechanism. You know whether a student has signed in. You know what level of activity they've had. You know whether they've demonstrated progress. You know all of these things basically on a real-time basis. There's no reason to use a traditional accountability system around a virtual school that allows a school to scale to serving thousands of students using millions and millions of taxpayer dollars before you figure out that something is amiss. When the government gets around to that, it will be a very tight box. But the sector has the opportunity now to say, we quality virtual school providers know what we can do to show you the kind of outcomes we can produce and what the leading indicators of that are, because we collect that data as a natural course of business. And I would say that most SES providers are now in the position to start to do that as well, their outcomes as well as leading indicators of their ability to produce those outcomes. Yet the sector is not proactively setting the framework for how this discussion is going to take place. And what is going to happen is there's going to be another bad actor who's going to mess up, is going to get a lot of attention, and there's going to be a reaction. And that reaction is going to be painful not only for the person who was the bad actor, but for a lot of other people because the sector didn't take the step up.